Welcome to the Drunkard's Path. I'm Shelley, and for those that are just tuning in for the first time or relatively new to our channel, we have a online quilt store, and it's called Drunkard's Path. You can shop there at any time at drunkardspath.com, and it is run by, it's a family-owned business. Myself and my son, we cover everything that we can think of for fabrics and notions and patterns. So have a look on there and just have fun shopping. If you have any questions, contact us at support@drunkardspath.com. Okay, to start things off, I just wanted to say, with our Happy Mail that I showed last time, I completely forgot about a card that I left it upstairs, and I wanted to say to Wendy Doran, she gave us a card as well for our first anniversary, and that's Wendy Doran Quilting. She has a beautiful gamble machine, so if anybody needs to get some quilting done, you give Wendy a shout, and thank you so much, Wendy. It was just a lovely card. Okay, let's get right to our winner this time. This is for the Junior Travel Pillowcase Kit, the little girl version, and that our winner is Lori Ramsey. So we'll get a hold of you, Lori. We have your email, so thank you so much for everybody that left a comment. And this week, we have another little giveaway as well. We have this cute little pattern. It's called Acorn Love, and this is Riley Blake Designs. So please leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe to our channel, and maybe you'll be our next winner. But don't forget that you have to leave a comment so I can see who you are, so I can actually pick you as a winner. So thank you so much, and this is our appreciation to our viewers. And also, we're coming up another, let me see, about 5-6 weeks, we're going to do this giveaway. It's our Fat Quarter Bundle of our Strawberry Lemonade and Seashore Drive by Sherry and Chelsea. Anybody that makes a purchase from our store, from our online store, your name automatically gets put into that draw. So, more fun. Before I show you what I've been working on, I've been trying to sew as much as possible, but I have this special project that I'm working on with my good friend Pat. People that are local know who my friend Pat is, because we were in Houston last November with our quilt on the Houston Quilt Festival. So that's like the highlight of our quilting career. But we decided to get together and make another quilt, and this one has quite a story behind it. So I'm not going to give anything away right now. I've almost completed the blocks that I was working on. Pat, she's a little bit ahead of me, but she's waiting for me just to complete that. We're going to put it all together, and we'll probably come on here and let you and show you what we've done and give you that story, because it is it's pretty exciting. We're very happy with what we've accomplished, and it's fun to collaborate with somebody else. So look forward to that one. So what I've been working on the last couple weeks is Socialites 2, number 20, block 20. I'm doing this 6.5-inch version of the blocks, and this one is by Sherry McConnell. So this is my block. What I've done this is a beginner. So it was fairly simple. So we have 4 blocks to go on this. Yay. The next block that I've been working on is called Follow the Leader by Sue Daly, and this is for the Riley Blake 2023 quilt along. So that's what it looks like. And the block that I made, it's got a bunch of flying geese. So I used my flying geese ruler, and this is what I finished. Actually, I did this one this morning, so I was all caught up. And I'm just going to quickly go through the blocks for this one, for this quilt. And I think I've got 10 or 11. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. This is a fun one. The flower. 7. And 8. Remember this one. 9. That one was a bit of a challenge. 10. Okay, so 10, and I think there's 6 more to go, but you know what's going to determine how many blocks I finish on this one is how much fabric I have left over. I got myself a fat quarter bundle to do this, and as I'm cutting down, I thought, uh-oh, I might have to stop at 12. I'm not sure, but regardless, I will come up with hopefully a decent looking finish for this quilt. At the end of this video, there's going to be a tutorial on how to make this block. So hopefully you'll stick around for that. It's made with a jelly roll. I just call it the jelly roll block. I really don't know what it's called, but I'm going to be using that in my next quilt. I've already made several of these blocks, so it's fun to actually have something different to make with your jelly rolls. So stick around for that. And lastly, for my the sewing section, I made something for my cousin's wife who's expecting their first baby in June, and the shower is coming up very quickly. So I thought, oh gosh, what am I gonna make? It's always nice to make something for somebody. I think they really appreciate when you put some time and effort into it. Not that you have to. I'm just saying if you're so inclined, then and if you've got the motivation to give it a go. So I tried something that's kind of like not in my comfort zone. I decided to make a baby bag, or a diaper bag, I guess you would call it. So here is what I made, and I got this pattern off of Etsy, and I used our Delivered with Love collection that we sell here at the shop. So this is what it looks like, and she's having a little girl, so I knew that ahead of time. So we've got pockets on the side, nice long handles, and zippers. Zippers are not my thing, so I was lucky to get that in as well as I did. And inside we've got all these lovely pockets, and there's another zipper pocket in here, so we've got some smaller ones and larger ones, so lots of space to carry around all those fun things you carry when you have a baby, when you first have a baby. So, and at the bottom looks like that. So anyway, that is my accomplishment, I guess, for this section. I just want to show you some a collection that we've had in the shop, but it looks very summery, and because we're coming up to that time of year, you might want to see some summer type fabric. This one is Fruit Cocktail by Joanna Figueroa of Fig Tree and Company. So we've had this, and we've got, I'm going to show you 6 bolts of fabric, and there's more. So if you want to check out the whole collection that we do have, just go online and type in Fruit Cocktail, and you'll be able to see all of that line. So this one is, let me see, this is called Boysenberry. This one I think is, oh yeah, this is Pineapple. This one is called Lakeside. Not sure why, but it has fruits all over it and some leaves. It's a pretty one. Looks really summery. This one is Blueberry. This one, let me see. Oh, Tangerine. I don't know about you, but I'm getting hungry. This one, oh, this one's called Cherry. Wait a minute, I gotta hold it up there. This one's Cherry. So just go into drunkardspath.com, have a look at that whole collection, and see if there's something there that inspires you. Now on to cross stitch. I'm going to show you my stitch alongs that I've been doing. The first one is from the Moonbeams, and that's what Fat Quarter Shop has been putting on. So this is a free pattern. And this is, I think, installment number 3. So the first one was the border. The second one was this section here. And the third one is this over here. So it takes me actually a couple days to do each of those sections, but I believe this kind of gets mirrored in this section, and this one is over here. So number 4, I believe, would look like pretty much the same as that, and that one looks like that. So I think it'll look really pretty when that one's all done. My next one I worked on is from Primrose Cottage, and it's the 12 monthly minis, and this one is the April chart. And these are the ones that I'm going to make all the little pillows. So here is the April, right here, the purple flowers. So now we've got 4 done and 8 to go. The next 2 are ones that I picked back up again, that I've put down for a while. Sometimes you just need to, put things away for a little while and you go through them like, oh yeah, that's right, I still have that one on the go. So this one here is I'm just using one color of floss on, let me see, this fabric is called 32 count Belfast linen, and it's called Earth. So this is the chart, what it looks like, and I think I've got up until about this section right here, so I'm on the bottom part of it, so I am making progress. And this is what it looks like so far. So I really like those two colors together. I think that teal color or aqua color really stands out on that darker brown fabric. And my last one that I have to show you is called Halloween Quaker. Now, I recently finished this one here, and let me see, and then I started doing this down here. So I still have that and that to go, but this is quite a big piece. And I think I started that last year. We went to Las Vegas, and this is where I picked this one up. And so I saw it up on the wall there. It was already done. And I thought it just looked so nice when it was all done. And I tried to get as close as I could to what they had on their wall. So this is what I've got done so far. It's going to be probably go, most of the width of this. And so I've got a good section done. I'm just going to keep working on it, and, one stitch at a time, and it'll be done. And now here's the tutorial for the jelly roll block. Today I'm going to show you how to make this block, which I am calling the jelly roll block. I am using this block in a quilt I'm making right now, and as I'm going along I thought, wow, this is a really cool block. It's quick, it's easy, and I think it looks really it looks complicated, but it's not, and I think it's going to look really great in the quilt. So this one I'm using our Uncle Sam fabric, the Uncle Sam white fabric that we just got in, and this is the main fabric that it's going to be the background as well. So, and the other part is just a jelly roll that I got through a subscription box. This is what is needed. Okay, these two strips, the red and the blue one, are 2.5 by 7.5, and they come from the jelly roll. The white strips on either end also come from the jelly roll, but these are 2 inches by 7.5, and the white in the middle is also 2 inches by 7.5. So the color ones are the 2.5, so it's straight cut right off the jelly roll. And we have these ones on the ends, which are 5 inches each by 2.5. So again, that's straight off. So you can see the pinked edges on here. And then you have 2 of these corner pieces, which is just a 5-inch square cut on the diagonal, and that goes like that. So I'm going to show you step by step on how I would do this. I'm going to sew the middle section first, and instead of sewing one, then the other, then the other, then the other, which kind of sometimes gives you a wonky edge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew these two together. I'm going to sew these two together. I'm going to sew this one on here, then I'm going to sew that unit as a whole. And you'll see that I'm going to have a fairly straight edge when I'm done. Okay, now we have those sections sewn together, and I'm going to show you the back, how I pressed open on each one of them. So I'm going to just move that out of the way. So now we have to put our ends on. So we're going to put red one on this side, blue on this side. So we have to get the centers. Real simple, easy way. Oh, also you can see it's still pretty much aligned on both ends. So sewing it the way I said, it actually makes it pretty straight. Okay, so now we're going to just fold it over to find the center. And we're going to just finger press for a couple seconds. Okay, and then I'm going to fold this one over, finger press that for a couple seconds. So we see a crease on both of these pieces. And I'm going to match that crease up right there. Pin that in place and sew your 1/4 inch. And you're going to do the same thing to the other side. So you don't need to measure anything or mark it or anything right at this point. So I'm going to sew those 2 sections, and I'll be right back. Okay, now you can see I have the 2 5-inch pieces sewed onto each side. So instead of pressing open, because you can see there's going to be a problem here if I press open, these ends, they're not going to stay straight. So I'm just going to press to the side. So let's bring the iron over here, and I'll just show you how I press. Now I just flip it over like that so it's nice and flat. get my iron, and I'm just gonna hold it. Basically, keep to pressing and not really ironing. So we're gonna just flip it over, take the iron, hold it on that section for a couple seconds, and there we go. So that's what that looks like. So now we need to put these two pieces on. We're going to use the same method of finding our center. So we're going to fold it over, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to match up these two seams right there and there. You can see that. And then I'm going to just finger press there. I'm going to do the same for the other side. I'm going to match up the seams just like that. Put it down, hold it, and press it. So we have our crease. So we're going to do the same thing with the triangles. We're going to fold it over, and don't forget, this is cut on the bias. Do not stretch it, okay? I can't emphasize that enough because that edge will stretch, okay? So just gently put it over, press it down, align up your creases, pin and sew 1/4 inch, and then I'm going to show you again. Just press right there to get our center like that, okay? And now I'm going to sew right there and right there, and I'll be right back. Okay, here's our two corner pieces sewn on. So again, we're going to flip these over and we're going to iron them. So I'm going to just gently push it over, grab our iron and put in place, hold it for a few seconds, and flip. I just like to do it with my hands first so it doesn't have any pleats underneath it. It's just nice and straight. Hold it, and there we go. So now here's our piece. Now here comes the fun part. If you have a square ruler, now you're going to need it to be at least 9 inches wide or long. And with this square ruler I have, this is a 12.5 inch. So what I'm going to do is, this is the only time I'm going to mark the fabric. And I'm going to use a smaller ruler and a friction pen. And I'm going to say it again. It is a friction pen, so it'll come off with heat. Do not use a regular pen or pencil, because once that mark goes on, you will not get it off again. So friction pen or whatever other marking tool you have that will not leave a mark afterwards. So I'm going to go up 3.5 inches. Just put a little dot, 3.5. I'm just going to join those two dots. This is what works for me. If you can do it any way you want, and just put a light line there. Okay, so I can see that line on my ruler. I hope you can see this. Let me put this like that. You can see there's a diagonal line going right across that ruler from end to end. So we're going to use that as our guide. We're going to put that, then it's going to go this way. So we have the red and the blue, not the white side, but the red and blue. And this is going to take a little bit of eyeballing as well. So I have my ruler, I have my diagonal line on my little pink line that I just drew. Now I can see the 9-inch mark there, and I can see the tip of my ruler here. So I know I'm relatively straight, and there's about 1/4 inch just by eyeballing on each side. So I think I'm pretty much centered, and it looks like there's the same amount of fabric hanging out on each side. So I'm just going to hold it down, trim it off, trim it off. Now there's not too much waste on this. So, and now I'm going to flip it over. Now this side's a lot easier because you've already got the one side done. So we're going to put our 9-inch mark there. Goes right on, so it's already squared up. This is the beauty of doing something that's oversized, is that you get to trim down. And you're going to, every time you're going to have your perfect size block. So we're going to trim off the other two sides. And that's it. That's your block. And now how perfect is that? So get those jelly rolls out of the drawer. I know everybody out there's got probably several just sitting there. Give this one a go. And you can be scrappy. You can divide up your jelly roll however you want to have it sitting on the block. And then just get some background fabric, which I have used these sections. And, oh, wait a second, just to show you that pink line. I'm just going to take my iron, and you can see it's now gone. So I don't have to worry about that pink line anymore. And yeah, have fun with this block in any which way. And then you can put sashing. You can orient this block in many different ways throughout your quilt, but this one has a specific way, and when I get it all completed, I'll show you, and hopefully you guys will give this one a try. Don't forget to leave your comment to win that pattern, and hit subscribe and like, and tell your friends. And thank you so much, and as always, keep sewing, keep stitching.